So here we are in our Admin Center, and the first few options we're going to talk about the current Admin Center layout. The first thing that you come into here is the dashboard. This is the default landing page that puts frequently used information up on a page. These can all really be found elsewhere, but they're really easy to get to here. We have a lot of information about how to use Office 365, some of our admin shortcuts. We have a lot of quick information about our services, and we have our current health. I just happen to be recording this on a day when everything is really healthy. The next item in our menu is Setup. This has gotten a little friendlier, and what it's used for is to first set up your subscription. You can use it to import people and data, as well as getting help on setting up domain names for your cloud users so that email and SharePoint sites can reflect your currently used domains. In a company with so many users, you can use import tools to bring in all the users at one time with things like a CSV file. If you feel really good at setting things up, you can do things one at a time and just go on a walkthrough. Or you can have one of the team call you from Office 365 and walk you through the process. At the bottom, you'll find that we can also learn about the Fast Track experience. The next area is our Users area. This is the area where you can manage all users, whether active or inactive, edit their information, change licensing options, edit email addresses, and manage devices that Office apps are installed on. Let's take a look at our users. I'm going to go ahead and pick Fabrice Cannell. On Fabrice, I'm going to go ahead and edit, and I'm going to go to the settings on this user. One of the things that we can do within the user settings is we can block a user. Let's say that we have fired Fabrice, and we just don't want him being able to access some of the important information we might have on here. So we can go ahead and click the blocked and save that information. Now immediately he's been blocked from using our Office 365 services. We also want to do one more thing. If we fired somebody, we want to go down to their mailbox permissions and edit those. We can then add ourselves as the administrator so that we can send email from this mailbox, and then we can also add ourselves as the admin so that we can read and manage the email in the mailbox. Once we do that, we go ahead and click on Save, and it saves our settings. So all this is being done from the user just being able to edit their account under the active users. Now once we've deleted somebody or blocked them, we can actually get them back in the next 30 days. So now if I go ahead and delete this user, notice that I get a message that says when you delete users, their data is deleted and their licenses can be assigned to other users. You can restore those deleted users and their data for up to 30 days after you delete them, and then it asks you if you're sure you want to get rid of them. So a really quick way to take away all the licenses that have been assigned to them, not have to go through one by one and uncheck boxes. For sure we want to do that, we go ahead and click delete, and then all those licenses become available. So I've deleted Fabrice, and now he's not listed in my listing of active users, but I will find him under my deleted users. Now as long as it hasn't been 30 days, I can go ahead and check on a user, and I can restore that user. Brings back all their data and licenses as long as I haven't used up all my licenses and assigned them to someone else. We then have another link under our users that's called Partner Relationships. This is a place where we can give delegated admins access to some of our information. If we're using a vendor that has helped set us up, a partner with Microsoft, we can put them in here. They can provide help for us, and they can also come in and do some different adjustments and administration. The next item down is our company profile. This is a place to set up the company for replication to all sites and users. We can set a common theme throughout the company, create tiles for users to see on their portals to quickly get applications we need them to use. First of all, we can put in our information in the company profile and make sure that it is all correct. We can use custom theming so that these themes will be throughout our settings. We can put in a custom logo. We can put in a URL for a clickable logo. We can put in a background image that would show in the background. Just make sure that's very washed out, otherwise it really gets distracting. We also can prevent users from overriding the custom theming with their own themes, and then we can save those settings. We also can create custom tiles that appear in the My Apps list for each user. The Custom Help Desk area is a place where we can set up information about our own help desk. If they're trained in how to help people with Office 365, we can put all the information in here and users can reach out to them to get help. Let's see where this shows up in a user account. So we've signed in again as Belinda, and we're going to go up to her help here, and we'll see that we have our own help desk information in here. It's very useful for all the users to be able to see the help. They also get the community help from Office 365 and the other links that would have been there anyway. So let's go to the next area, which is called Import. This section doesn't look like much, but underneath it can become quite complex. It's used to import PST files or data for OneDrive and SharePoint. The PST file import can be quite straightforward, but you need to make sure that you have all the users set up in Office 365 with mailboxes before trying to import. The other part of the import is the data part that you may want to put into your OneDrive or SharePoint. And it can be done manually through Office 365, but if your bandwidth is really an issue and you get to about the 10 terabyte range, you might want to use Microsoft's Drive shipping service. So let's take a look at this concept of contacts. Contacts are external people that we want to communicate with, and we want others to be able to communicate with them. Right now you see 3 people that have been added as contacts. Let's go ahead and add another one. We're going to add Larry Russell in. Now I've filled in all of the spaces, and Larry's email address is an external email address from our company. It doesn't carry the same domain name as our internal company. I'm going to go ahead and create that account, and now we see Larry Russell has been added into our contacts. Currently he's highlighted, and so we can see the edit contact over on the right hand side and the delete contact. If we click on edit contact, it takes us back into where we just were, except it adds another piece to it. We can edit more properties. This is pretty much the general information that we put in, but we can add extra information, like where they live, where their office is, what their phone numbers are, a little bit about their organization, and we can add a mail tip. Mail tips are really useful for when you're going on vacation or something and you might want people to know before they send the email that it's going to take a little bit longer for you to respond. We go ahead and save the information we've put in here, and it will try to close this tab because it opened a new tab when we told it to go and edit this information. So when we close that tab, it takes us back to our edit contact dialog, and we can save that information. So now let's go and see where this information shows up. Let's go look first in our email. So I'd like to send a new email to Larry. I haven't used Larry's name before, so it's not going to just pop up for me. So I'm going to go ahead and search the directory for it. And it finds only one Larry, and it throws Larry Russell in. I could also add internal people there as well, and add my subject, my information, and click on send, and it would send it out to Larry. Let's go look at our calendar. Same type of thing here. If I try to add a new event, I can add people to it. One of those could be Larry. Now that we've used him before, he's coming up right away. We could also add internal people. And so Larry is available for internal and external things that are going on. Now let's go ahead and go out of this, and let's go into our contacts. Here's where we'll see a little bit of difference. First of all, let's look at our directory. In all users, I'm not going to find Larry's information. These are in alphabetical order, and there isn't an L entry here. So Larry's not part of the all users. All users are the users that have been given licenses to use our Office 365. If I look at all contacts, I'm going to see all of the external contacts. And then if I look at the offline global address list, we get a combination. So we've got our internal users, all of our internal resources, our groups, and as we get down here, we're going to see Larry Russell is in there as well. So lots of different ways to find these people and use them within our emails, our calendars, and in our contacts.